Yeah, as I say, really excited to see what we have coming out from these teams, and I believe we're going to be able to see it on your screens very shortly here as we get ourselves into the draft of game one of this best of three. This grand finals will be a best of three here between HiveMind and IlleGAL.
Yep, and indeed, the draft is here, and we already have a couple of bans. And I think when we look at these games, it is always very telling, I think, that the comfort heroes. I think that's a bigger thing to look at compared to the meta heroes. Comfort goes such a long way, and I think the comfort hero for a lot of people, myself included actually at the moment, is the Lich. So rightfully so, Lich is banned, and we see a little bit of a focus on support heroes bans regardless, with the Grimstroke, Silencer there as well as the Puck. And then we got a first pick of the Night Stalker on the side of HiveMind. And if you would have asked me what I would like to see, I mean, you're very right. Teamwork, very important. I like to watch the brawls, though. I think these two teams are going to clash heads in a very entertaining fashion. And I love these two already, especially the Dawnbreaker will be very exciting to watch.
No, for sure. I mean, you said you want to see brawls. You're going to get that with both of these heroes. Night Stalker. I think this hero is pretty insane at the moment. The vision advantage and just the power this hero has during the nighttime, it is terrifying. I think you can do it in a multitude of positions. I think, you could have it as any of the core roles if you wanted to. So we'll see which way HiveMind want to play it. And Dawnbreaker, we're always happy to see this one coming through in the captain's mode. Now that it's been added to it, we know in the future, coming into TI and stuff, you're going to see the top teams playing this hero. We already know the top players in the world, they are playing this hero, practicing it in their ranked games. So undoubtedly, this hero is going to have great potential in these competitive team, sort of captain's mode games. And I like the opener. You got great setup for the Dawnbreaker. That global hero, you want someone that's going to be able to initiate. Sand King's going to be able to do that. But we are seeing HiveMind getting quite a beefy run at you sort of lineup now. Wyvern going to be able to back up any of the cores with the Cold Embrace and have that ability to shut down any sort of team fight that this Dawnbreaker and Sand King are going to be bringing. Obviously, two melee heroes, already the potential now for the Wyvern to come in with some clutch counter plays with the Winter's Curse.
Yeah, and that's a hero that Jess is very fond of. One of the things we got told that she likes all the ice heroes. So we saw Lich already banned, but the Winter Wyvern, of course, still in the pool. So Frost hero still coming out for HiveMind will most likely be in the hands of Jess. As we're waiting to see what type of bans we're going to see. Both teams, of course, still lacking their mid and their carry. So I'm going to expect those heroes to be the ones banned out. Yes, I know IlleGAL still needs some supports, but I would imagine removing some of the cores that can deal better with the Wyvern and the Night Stalker would be HiveMind's priority. And the same thing for IlleGAL. They just want to get rid of some of the stronger carries at the moment. Clinks, of course, even with the nerf, still being one of them.
Absolutely, yeah. Clink still just fundamentally with the change up of the skills is quite the different hero nowadays, and definitely not one that you want to play yourself into. Deuce as well, actually, a hero with quite a positive win rate across the board in pubs right now, and well, as I said, could have maybe been a potential pick for them themselves here, HiveMind, but opting to go elsewhere with that. And just trying to take down those big carries that Sand King and Dawnbreaker are going to be able to set up the team fight for as nicely as they will. We'll see what IlleGAL want to grab now to go with this. Maybe some sort of heavy magic damage would be nice against the Wyvern. Any sort of control or ability to save or get people away from the Night Stalker as well could be pretty clutch, as you've really got to prepare for this Night Stalker to just come crashing down the lanes at your cores when the nighttime hits. And getting on top of them. So you've got to be careful about picking any of these heroes that just get destroyed by the crippling fear, that AoE silence. You want a hero that's going to have an ability to keep the distance before he closes the gap, or a hero that's going to have no problem prioritizing certain items like the Force Stealth that's going to help them get away.
Yeah,
I go with the AA. One of the best ones against the Wyvern. You can have easy setups for an Ice Blast coming in anytime the Wyvern tries to save. So suddenly the game for the Wyvern becomes a lot harder when they're thinking about when's the best time to actually come in with a Cold Embrace clutch saves. If the AA's patience saves that Ice Blast, a lot of those saves from the Wyvern aren't going to be successful.
Indeed, indeed, and that's it's gonna be key. I like it a lot. It looks solid. Not just saying that because of the iciness of it all, but also the combination, not just against the Winter Wyvern, also the combination with the Sand King, reinforcing that extra stun. Because yes, now you got a frostbite as well. But one thing I'm still lacking a little bit on the side of HiveMind, I feel, is the it's a stun. I kind of feel like if you're gonna play and you're going to run at them, you do want more than just a slow. Yes, you're fast with the Night Stalker, but you want to be able to follow it up with some form of disable, especially if you've got a mobile team on the other side, which Sand King and Dawnbreaker definitely are. Just imagine Dawnbreaker starting her combo. She can just finish it. Nobody's there yet to interrupt it other than a curse. Frostbite does interrupt it, but the range of it is quite short as well. So far, if you were to ask me which lineup I like better, I'd say I'd go for that of IlleGAL. It's a little more sturdy.
Let's have a look. See what HiveMind want to grab here. They're going to need to see more cores, unless they play the Wyvern in a core capacity. But
that's true.
I'd imagine that's probably not going to be the case, especially if they picked it up second. So I would imagine still looking for their mid and carry as the final turn. I think the same is almost going to be said for IlleGAL. Saying that, then the Ogre comes in. So.
I have just looked at some information on Samurai, and to be honest, 3 of the team of HiveMind do play Winter Wyvern, but Samurai also, he's actually a core player, an offlane player. He plays a Night Stalker. I was kind of expecting him to play Night Stalker, but Tides of Iron also plays Night Stalker when he goes offlane. But Winter Wyvern, they actually go mid with him on Samurai. So, and then they use Tides of Iron as a Night Stalker on the offlane. So they switch that around. They're very flexible in that sense. And definitely with the Ogre they're picked up as well, leaves us to believe that Thunderchunk would play the Ogre Magi, but she also likes Winter Wyvern a lot. So it's going to be interesting to see who will get their hands on the Winter Wyvern, but I would side with the Winter Wyvern core right now. And that is still good. Did get nerfed a bit, but is still definitely a strong one. What would you like to play against it? What kind of hero does it need to be playing against the Winter Wyvern mid?
I mean, I feel like you want something that's going to be able to sort of match the range of the Wyvern, so you could trade back a little bit, also sit back, because you know a lot of the time, anytime you step up to the wave, you're going to take huge amounts of harass from the burn and the splinter blast. So something that's going to be able to keep their distance. But at the same time, you don't want to be too squishy. It is a game where there is a Night Stalker, so some of this, sort of weaker glass cannon mids aren't going to feel great, because if this Night Stalker gets on top of you, you're going to be in a whole lot of trouble until you get that point in the game where you get a BKB, which for the most part, you're absolutely going to have to buy this game as a mid when you look at what HiveMind have. And once the BKB comes out against the lineup, you're going to be doing pretty well for yourself. We'll see IlleGAL. They're going to get themselves the Phantom Lancer as their choice of carry this game. A good few things to try and dispel and dodge. The silence from the Night Stalker could still be quite an issue, because obviously as a PL, you yourself, you don't really want to be building a BKB, so the silence from the Night Stalker is a nuisance. You're going to really rely on the rest of your team to bail you out, but you do have good methods of getting bailed out upon. You have the Dawnbreaker with the ult, especially once the Ags comes online for the Dawnbreaker. That is a good amount of sustain and ability to keep the PL alive whilst he's unable to doppelganger. So you're coming in with the ultimate, you're getting that heal, you're getting that evasion given to the PL. Chances are they're going to be able to live long enough to play out after the silence and the chase downs there from the Night Stalker. So some good execution from IlleGAL could definitely make this a pretty good PL game so far. Does mean, as we expect with a carry to come in last for HiveMind, they are going to be able to favorably pick into this carry matchup, though.
Yep, they can prepare for it, as we also have IlleGAL preparing for that, because they are removing some of the carries they do not want to face when playing with a Phantom Lancer. They've already banned out the Sven. On the side of HiveMind, they're running out Razor and Shadow Fiend, of course, still preparing for that mid that is to go up against the Winter Wyvern. What carry do you want to play in against Phantom Lancer? Like, what is strong against him?
The best one, sort of on paper, I would say, is Leshrac carry, but that's a little niche, so I don't know if that's something we can necessarily expect HiveMind to come out with. Obviously, you've got to go for something with the AoE, or that's going to have some sort of hard lockdown to get on top of the PL. I think you could play the Night Stalkers to carry, so I'm not too sure if HiveMind do that. That wouldn't be too bad against an NS. But yeah, you really need some sort of AoE lockdown or AoE clear against the PL and his illusions, or heavy burst, something that's going to allow you to just blow up the PL if the Ogre or the Wyvern or the Night Stalker or the CM get the setup onto them. So let's see what's left in the pool. Obviously, a lot of the big sort of carries, the Sven obviously being banned out. Some of the Battle Fury heroes as well being taken away. Even though Battle Fury doesn't feel too great nowadays, it's not quite the counter that it was against something like a PL. It's very much more down to what you're playing as a hero, really, rather than the items that you build. Obviously, Maelstrom build is also fine as well. They'll go with the PA, so it's a Battle Fury hero. Yeah. PL doesn't really want to build MKB, or it's not normally one of the items that they want to slot into their build naturally. So it's just the evasion is very effective here. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just going to take some time. This PL is probably going to, with the PL hits defusal timing early, the PL is going to have much more impact in the fight compared to like a PA with just the Battle Fury alone. The PA is going to need a bit more time to get that Battle Fury into the further items. So I imagine they will go for the Battle Fury build rather than a Deso Rush, as the Cleave does still have that effectiveness against the PL. But overall, I would still say I think IlleGAL's feeling pretty happy with the PL core here. And still with the final pick to go here.
Yeah, and with you, when you're saying PA takes a little bit of time before she is ready to fight.
Yeah.
How long do you feel like Winter Wyvern needs when you put her mid before she is able to create that space that the PA needs?
The Wyvern can get active pretty early. You get that first item. Not quite sure what the build will be this one, but if you still go for like the Witchblade, as long as you can get those levels, get that level 6, suddenly you become sort of this very strong turret of a hero that can turn up to any sort of early pushes from the enemy. You set yourself up by a tower, and it's difficult to push into. And you got 3 melee heroes on IlleGAL, so we'll have some sort of catch. Can be a bit tricky with the illusions coming out from the PL to find that catch. There we have it. So final pick for IlleGAL will be the Batrider, and this is of course another hero that can really mess with the Wyvern. Suddenly you're getting cold embraced, and you have a Batrider flying over you with the Firefly and an Ice Blast coming crashing in. So it really is going to be all about seeing if HiveMind can make space for the PA this game, because I do see IlleGAL's lineup being just that little bit more active. I know HiveMind, they've got a good means to fight back with the Night Stalker, the Brawl of the Night Stalker and the Ogre and this Wyvern, but ultimately it's going to take time for the PA. And if they're not able to keep sort of that first 20 minutes or so clear for the PA and the PA falls behind, I think it's going to be a hard game for Happy Tas to carry.
Yeah, cool set on the Wyvern by Samurai regardless. I think, Batrider is going to be an extra trouble for HiveMind in the long run as well, because it will still have that BKB disable. So even that's not really your go time for your PA. You got to really work around that. But from the way you're talking about this, one clear thing, super duper important, the lanes. Because I feel like if Winter Wyvern and Night Stalker don't have good enough lanes, they can't create that space for the Phantom Assassin, and then the whole game collapses before it even began. Correct?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's we'll see what sort of matchups they go for if anyone wants to be dodging anyone. But yeah, the PA's lane is very important. The PA really needs this good early time. I mean, PL's obviously going to have not the easiest lane when it comes to CS, especially if they're head-to-head with the Night Stalker. Night Stalker's going to have that bit of an edge with the CS and just the early aggression that you can put onto the PL. And we'll see here as we get ourselves into this game 1, ladies and gentlemen. HiveMind versus IlleGAL here in the grand finals of the Valkyrie Cup.
Yep, best of 3, and not without a prize as well, because the winning team of the tournament will receive 5 Alienware 25 gaming monitors. So definitely a lot to play for there. Thank you to Dell UK for their generosity. Super nice. And that means a little bit of extra pressure as well, because before this series, I'd say this tournament is just a lot of fun to play in, right? You're playing because it's fun. But now, all of a sudden, pressure on the line, could become the champion, could have a nice monitor to take home as well. Let's see how the players deal with that as well. Be interesting.
Absolutely.
A little bit extra
lovely
layer.
to have something nice here on the line for the winners. And we'll see who's able to take it. So some early setting up here around the runes. Doesn't look like we'll get any clash here at the bounty spawn.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are quite happy just getting their selected runes. PA already hanging about that tier 2 to get ready to block the wave whenever it comes. But yeah, nobody really goes for any movements right now. I guess that's maybe also a result of maybe added pressure. You want to play it safe. That's normally what happens when you have more pressure. You refer to things that you are comfortable with, you play it safe, and in the case of HiveMind, it's definitely a good choice as well. They just want to set up their lanes, don't start with a disadvantage, and they just want to make sure that they can survive the lanes without too many scratches so that they can start preparing for their space creation for the PA. What lane are you most excited for this one?
I think I want to see how much pressure the Dawnbreaker is able to put on in the early levels. I think this hero nowadays with the a few points of the Celestial and the Starbreaker, it's a lot of damage. PA feels going to have to get quite a bit of regen coming out to them here, Happy Tass. But the same is to be said for PL. I'm trying to think sort of which carry's position I'd rather not be in.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the top lane. I think the top lane here for Grace Jam will be harder. You've got the support of an AA in the lane. AA as a hero, I feel he's just not going to be able to do too much if Grace Jam ever gets caught in a position where Tides of Iron and Thunderchunk are running them down. Meanwhile, down on the bottom lane, at least with the Crystal Maiden side, you start to get dove upon a little bit. Crystal Nova, it's going to slow down the two of them enough to probably allow the PA to blink away and back off. So I think, this top lane for Grace Jam on the PL could be rather a difficult one if Tides of Iron and Thunderchunk play it smart.
I guess for the PA as well, she has her fate in her own hands. If she oversteps only a little bit, that's gonna be trouble, because then you all of a sudden got multiple stuns coming your way, but you have that in your own hand. If you overstep, then you're in trouble, which she almost, Habitus almost did. But on the top lane, it's just it's a little nicer. It's a little easier to get away when you make a mistake of positioning. A little more forgiving, if you will.
We see us at the moment in the mid lane, going the way of Samurai, having that edge here against Jamie. It's going to get chased out a little bit, but it's going to start getting the stacks up. See if Samurai can quite make it back. It's got a TP coming in to back them up. Thunderchunk making sure that Jamie plays games, will not chase down any further. And make sure that Samurai does keep the edge here in this mid matchup.
Yep, and he got that salve as well, so he's fine once more. Will be an exciting lane indeed to witness. So far, Winter Wyvern's doing a little bit better, but that kill potential when the stacks add up, very scary indeed. At the same time, Jamie also has to be careful though, as we see.
That is still the PL lane that's just a little behind. 8-0 against the 12-7. Nightstalker's going to have this free start to the game. And as I said, that first night time comes in, you're going to see a lot of pressure here from HiveMind, which of course will be needed just to open up the map for the PA.
Because we said that the PL, the Phantom Lancer, was the one that would have the easier matchup a little bit in terms of carry, but he's struggling.
Yeah, the laning stage is definitely sort of the difference maker here. It's just going to be a bit harder mid lane. Samurai, he's going to get run down. Jamie plays a game. He's able to run him over with the Firefly. Looks like Samurai did try and get in and take down Jamie themselves, but not quite having the damage to do so. And after some patience here from Jamie in the laning stage, despite falling a little bit behind in the CS, getting that very important first kill of the game. Bottom lane, jumping in onto the PA, Happy Tass, able to walk it off. Let's get into that stage now with the Soul Ring, the Magic Wand. Stormbreaker, IlleGAL one is always going to have the opportunity to throw out the combos. So a lot of damage harass is going to be coming the way of Happy Tass. So, whilst they might be top CS at the moment, it's going to be hard now to keep up. Top lane. Tides of Iron, he's in.
It's not even nighttime yet.
Yeah, a couple of hits with the Void and Chef Stray. Not able to deal with the damage. Mid lane, Samurai. Oh, they're only just going to be able to live.
I was never worried.
He's got the bottle charges. Jamie keeping them on their toes in that mid lane. We'll be able to head over, get themselves some bottle charges up.
Yeah, the rotation from Jess helped out. Definitely also helping a little bit with getting a couple of last hits of the small camp there. And maybe they can get aggressive, but Samurai's still very low on the old life, so he can't get too close. Luckily, that long range helping out a bunch.
Some good backup, though, from the supports of HiveMind each time to try and make things a little better for Samurai. Bottom lane, Happy Tass. Nice little dodge with the jump over to the creep wave. Yeah. Will get themselves away from IlleGAL one and Steph Jelly.
Oh. In the mid lane, once again, Jamie running down the Winter Wyvern. We're still watching Happy Tass struggle, though. Crystal Maiden didn't make it back in time to save Happy Tass.
No, Crystal Maiden, bless them. They're trying to get up and down between the mid and the bottom lanes to save their cause, but the match is getting a bit rough now. Top lane. I'll see that I'm starting to kick off the action here with the nighttime. Going in over towards Chef Stray, but the TPs are coming in. Tides of Iron and Thunderchunk now in the retreat with 3 heroes of IlleGAL being around. And they'll make it away. Tides of Iron incredibly fast at this point of the game. Very hard to control. Steph Jelly waiting in the tree line.
But you're a Crystal Maiden in this game. When do you go mid and when do you go bottom? And when do you use a TP for either one of those?
Right, it's hard. It is very hard. They're both very active, of course, in the early stage of the game.
Tides of
Iron. Grace Jam was looking towards them, maybe seeing if they could chase them down, but still just so speedy here at the night time. Tides of Iron. Out and away. In fact, ready to come back in, still with a good bit of regen. A couple of tangos, still good to go. And not feeling too much threat here from the side of IlleGAL. But now with the 3 of them, if they can get the catch, they would have enough damage. But Tides of Iron playing it smart, keeping their distance. Making sure they don't get caught out here by Steph Jelly, looking for the Burrow Strike opportunity.
Yeah, I'm very curious as well. We're reaching territory where we're going to have some level 6s come out soon. We already see Samurai, actually. That's unfortunate. I was hopeful for the first curse to be very impactful in terms of some aggression, some kill potential in combination with the Night Stalker during this first nighttime. But unfortunately, the Wyvern had to use the curse defensively. We have also the Dawnbreaker struggling to go back to the tower, but still alive for the moment. Happy Tass still, even though Happy Tass died, he's still doing fine on the net worth. Sorry, on the last hits.
No, absolutely. It's just hard for them to really get close anymore. And maybe a potential rotation. We'll have to see that next Winter's Curse doing something big. It feels. Otherwise, difficulties are going to arrive. The top lane, at least for them, to continue to go rather well here as Tides of Iron and Thunderchunk do manage to burst down Grace Jam. Again, it's a lot of damage, a lot of harass that early on the PL just doesn't have fun dealing with. Not the highest of HP heroes, of course, being Hadi in the laning stage. And Tides of Iron trying to get in for a courier. Steph Jelly will be able to stop him from doing so. They're still going to go in for the kill on the Sand King here with a Void, but no detection at this stage, so the Sandstorm will keep them safe. And Jamie plays his games. They're coming in with a backup. They've got the lasso out, they're dragging back Tides of Iron, and they'll keep them held down underneath the ultimate here of IlleGAL one. As they hold on underneath the tower, Jamie getting active across the map and making sure that even if their cores do die, they're able to turn up and get the trade.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Solar Guardian was required for that kill. Oops, there goes Jess. But very happy to see the thing that you wanted to see. It was everybody coming together to help that Sand King under the tower, and it was some teamwork executed by IlleGAL. And they come out on top of that exchange. At the same time, if we look at the net worth, both Night Stalker and PA doing quite well on the gold. So it's not like they're struggling. All they need to do is defend their towers, and they're still having a good shot here to take the lead themselves as well.
It's a close start Close start
Yes,
between the two
very.
teams overall. It's 2-5, less than, well, just about a 1k lead here for IlleGAL. I think it's expected here. It's just going to take a bit longer for Happy Task to ramp up in power, as they do, of course, go for the treads into Battle Fury build as expected. They have some means of dealing with the PL later on and their illusions.
Yeah, you said you wanted to see the next curse be a valuable one. I think Samurai is on their way to make use of it. He's got it. He is looking for the real one, the real PL, hopefully maybe with the Sand King close by. It looks also like IlleGAL was able to read what was happening. He'll just help try to take down the Sand King. There is no protection close by. Now there is. Will they still be able to dive? Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Down goes Samurai on the hunt. Nah, you'll get it. The Ignite will burn him down.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage at this stage, and the one charge has already popped. Nothing else to keep themselves alive. Get some damage onto this tower, but all grace. They're in, chasing down Tides of Iron. IlleGAL is going to be able to get the catch there. Hammer goes out. They get the kill done. Down bottom. Happy Task, keeping the distance. Nicely done to make sure that the cold feet doesn't kick in, and now ready to turn with the backup of Jess. They take the kill. IlleGAL once turns up, won't quite be able to get the angle with the hammer. Jamie looking to chase down, but a frostbite from Jess holds back Jamie. Jamie now turns his attention over towards Happy Task. He's starting to get those napalm stacks up. He's in on top of Happy Task, and there's nowhere for Happy Task to jump to. Jamie on the
Steph Jelly was also close by. Just in case there was any place to jump to, she would have been there to help out as well. She wasn't needed though, Jamie having a good time by himself. And we do see IlleGAL now pulling ahead a bit more.
A 2k lead here with these strong moves here from Jamie. Jamie just being able to come in with a bit stronger of an impact here from the mid so far as compared to Samurai. It's been a tough game here for Samurai with the opening they had in the laning stage, suffering a bit against Jamie. See if what they can offer steps up once they have the Witchblade done, but it's going to take a bit of time. It's going to leave these side lanes a little open for IlleGAL to start putting on the pressure, as IlleGAL 1 and Steph Jelly keep the focus on this tier 1 tower. Happy Task not really able to get too close to this, has to be careful. Now I'm going to head straight over towards them, but Happy Task, nice little jump towards the wave, hiding in the trees, but still just struggling to continue to get that space to hit the creeps. As this tower pretty much gone here on the bottom lane. Happy Task probably going to have to think about TPing out. They're going to go for it. They are able to make it away before IlleGAL's able to do anything about holding them back. But still the tower gone on the bottom lane.
There goes Samurai once more, lasso used by Jamie. In the meantime, also on the top lane, HiveMind was able to pressure the tier 1 as well. The fortify came out eventually, but still tower took quite a bit of damage, I believe. As Happy Task also kept up. Ooh, here comes the Solar Guardian, but no further fight. IlleGAL 1 is searching. I'm not sure if they want to go this way, though.
Well, Tides of Iron trying to get in onto the AA, and with the back of the PA they're in. They'll get the kill, but Tides of Iron's probably going to die for this, or maybe not. One charges his away. The Flame Break will connect. It's going to be enough to burn him down. It's not. Tides of Iron gets in, helps out, but the kill gets out. Now with the Curse of Samurai. HiveMind are looking for more. Jamie rather low at the moment. The Splinter Blast, it's enough. Samurai able to put an end to Jamie's streak here this game. That's a good team fight here from HiveMind. It's IlleGAL not quite able to deal with them, and some of these heroes getting away on very low HP there. Not quite able to finish off the Night Stalker. Yeah,
it looked like the Dawnbreaker was, after using Solar Guardian, really wanted to fight, and that wasn't ideal anymore. Looked for it anyway, but by that time, HiveMind already was able to regroup and make sure that they had better positioning, better numbers, and just a better fight overall, and that showed. Great curse also, of course, coming out by Samurai, as we've been saying that we really wanted to see one of those. I think that was the first aggressively used curse that had, indeed, a death at the end of it on the enemy team, so very nice. That being said, after that fight, everybody just goes back to their side of the map. No towers taken, no extra super hard pressure on the tier 1s, especially mid. Jamie is hunting here from the looks of it, but it seems like both teams are fairly happy in just leaving those towers be for the moment.
Steph Jelly, still on this bottom lane, making sure that Happy Task doesn't feel too safe farming down here. Still trying their best to catch up. We see top of the net worth at the moment, Dawnbreaker. Doing very well for themselves. Top, they're going to try and make a move on to Jamie. Backup's coming in with the Solar Guardian, and again, Jamie's going to be fine. They're ready to turn here, IlleGAL. One spot over towards Jess. Jess going to stand their ground with the ultimate. Stuns there from Steph. The ult put to an end. And so is Jess's life as IlleGAL. Showing that HiveMind do have to continue to be a little careful how close they try and bring these fights towards the towers. And IlleGAL won with this build as well, with the Bring of the Hell, Sanj looking for that halberd immediately. It's going to be a very, very tanky Dawnbreaker that HiveMind's overall damage outputs are probably not going to be able to deal with too well. See Samurai try for the TP over towards the tower, trying to get away to safety, but Jamie able to put a stop to it with the lasso. Not having enough damage though now. Jamie maybe having to be careful themselves. We'll see Night Stalker trying to chase down Jamie. Not able to close in as the backup turns up for Chef Stray and IlleGAL 1. Chef will throw out an Ice Blast here to try and deter HiveMind from chasing any further, and it will work. HiveMind. And we'll reset for now.
Yeah, both teams not wanting to overstep their boundaries. A lot of control shown just there for both teams. And also, I think Haptas is pretty happy with the way things are going at the moment. He's just been left alone. He's been able to farm. He's chilling. Getting his gold up. Yeah, I know. Not on top of the net worth yet, but it could be worse. He's still building towards his Battle Fury, and he's not been interrupted that much in his farming patterns. Same thing can be said for the Phantom Lancer, of course, having the same type of luxury.
Yeah, it's definitely just going to be more pressure on IlleGAL to keep the lead that they have. See how it sort of involved they can get Grace Jam on the P out once the Manta's done after the defusal. As you know, once those two items are there, unless Grace Jam is getting into the fights and getting kills, it's very likely the PA will overtake them in farm once the Battle Fury is online, which, you know, all things considered with the bit of a tough start that both carries had in the side lanes, it's not going to be too slow of a Battle Fury treads timing here from Happy Task, just a couple of 100 gold away now.
What items are you hoping for on the initiator sides? Obviously, we got both Sand King, Dawnbreaker, and Batrider being fairly aggressively played heroes on the side of IlleGAL. You got the Night Stalker doing that same role together with the Wyvern on the side of HiveMind. Is there any item in particular? We already see Night Stalker going for the BKB first, not your traditional super aggressive item, but obviously he's fast enough to run in. But is there like any kind of Blink Dagger timing you want to see sped up? Or something like that?
I mean, well, we've got the blink coming out now on Sand King.
Oh, nice.
Steph having that ready for the next play. And, of course, Jamie as well. Jamie already, just on the back with the bots, can run people down, and with the Ether Lens, they've got really good catch here, IlleGAL. So all in all makes it quite a difficult sort of playground for the PA to get involved in. So, yeah, the PA... You've got to be focused on hitting the creeps. I don't think you're going to see Happy Task get too close to any action for quite some time if the game's going to play out in the way that HiveMind are going to hope for it here. You need time. Getting at least, even the first time after is probably not going to be the best. We'll see in the mid lane. Going in onto Samurai, but Samurai is able to turn. Curse on with the setup onto the two of them. Do they have any follow-up damage? Happy Task looking to get involved. Will jump in onto Steph Jelly.
Oh, that's...
They bring down Steph, but the Happy Task will lose their life for that attempt. Jess holding the area here with the ultimate. Over to the side, Jamie's been able to find his way around. Get the grab onto Thunderchunk with the lassos. Thunderchunk will fall. 3 dead here on HiveMind. Tides of Iron, can they get any sort of cleanup? They're in onto Jamie. Triple kill for IlleGAL 1 on the Dawnbreaker. And as I say, very tanky. We'll start to see IlleGAL's looking to back off. Grace Jam with the Slur, the Diffusal Blade, holding back Tides of Iron, but Tides of Iron still trying to close in onto IlleGAL 1. IlleGAL 1 turns, still alive and will live. Able to hold on and make the magic happen there, IlleGAL 1. I believe picking up a triple kill, turning up, getting an extra kill at the end of it. Using that Starbreaker to come in with pretty much the finishing blow. Now, IlleGAL 1 will manage to scrape it back to base.
Those tips were complimentary tips, and I'm here for it. I love that. I love the good manner, like, okay, that was done really well type of tips. So kudos there, and that was done really, really well. Unfortunately, for Habitas, when he goes in, the rest of the team kind of has to go in as well. When your carry goes in, the one that you're supposed to protect, you follow. That's what you do. And unfortunately, Habitas, yes, the Sand King goes down, but not worth to lose your life over. So his farming slowed significantly and creating an opportunity for the Dawnbreaker to go completely crazy. She was doing quite well.
Absolutely, yeah. But Habitas has got to be a bit more cautious and just not fall to the temptation of those sort of kill opportunities that they'll see in these sort of areas. It was close to down. You know, you can't really blame them for going in, but they've really got to hold back. Get that next item outside of the Battle Fury done before you're starting to think of really getting stuck into the action. Of course, just going straight for the BKB this game, understandable. I mean, they really want to get involved. They are aware that IlleGAL's going to want to try and play it fast and aggressive. You know, Diffuser said on Grace Jam, how are we doing on the Manta timing? It's going to be there pretty shortly. I believe just the money off of an ultimate orb, and then, you know, the timer is going to be ticking. And HiveMind, a lot has to be done, pretty much mainly by the Night Stalker. You know, look towards Tides of Iron. This is sort of the effective carry that they have at this moment, whilst Habitas is in the AFK mode of farming. But talking about Habitas, farming in quite a risky position up on the top lane, and we're going to see Jamie try and punish it, coming in with the Invis rune. See if they're able to take down Habitas. They're in, blocking the potential for escape. Jump over to the side, but IlleGAL 1 in with the Solar Guardian. That is Habitas out of the top lane. See Samurai turn in with the curse onto the two of them with Splinter Blast follow-up. Will manage to claim the life of Jamie. A 1-for-1 here up the top for now. IlleGAL 1 won't look to chase it. Samurai, they might look to turn though. No, not quite able to have the Splinter Blast back up in time, as Dawnbreaker, IlleGAL 1 will manage to get themselves away from the wave in time. So it's a 1-for-1, but again, these 1-for-1 trades aren't going to feel good when it's the PA dying. Habitas, they've got to try and set up the map, get a safer area for Habitas to farm in where they don't get picked off like this.
Ooh, we feel like Grace Jam is about ready for action here, because she has been more and more involved in these fights. And I kind of feel like IlleGAL is starting to get to that point where they can be more aggressive. They've been, or at least Grace Jam has been fairly just focused on farm. But now that her diffusal's done, she's close to Manta. I wouldn't mind seeing her a little bit more on the Radiant side half of the map.
Yeah, no, for sure. Grace is going to be feeling very strong at this stage of the game, especially with the backup that they know there's always going to be there. We're seeing some great moves this game from IlleGAL 1 on the Dawnbreaker. I think as the PL in this sort of situation, you don't really have too much to be fearful of, especially if you have eyes on really the Night Stalker's position. I'd say that's still the hero that you don't really want getting on top of you in the midst of the action. Yeah, even then, Solar Guardian is in the game. Dawnbreaker will be there with the ultimate to bail you out in any sort of situation where Tides of Iron does manage to get the setup onto Grace Jam.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, now that it's daytime, Tides of Iron still he wants to hunt and they want to back up Habitas. Just a little less powerful. We're also hoping maybe some stacks will help Habitas to catch up a little bit more in terms of farm. And unfortunately for Habitas, he is on the front lines very soon, because this is a smoke gang coming out from IlleGAL, and if they move just a little bit to the left, then they'll find this is good. At least if you're gonna have someone being found out by a smoke gang from the enemy team, Tides of Iron, he'll end up most likely dead, but at least it looks like they'll get a return kill off the back of it, and perhaps they'll get more, Owen.
Well, they're looking for IlleGAL 1, and it's a big ult from Jess. Lots of damage coming in down onto Dawnbreaker, and it's enough. They take them down. 2 for 2 right now. IlleGAL will look to try and chase for more, looking for that PA, see if they can catch Habitas on the way out. At this time, Habitas is able to make it out of there. Well, I say that Jamie's still Still looks for the knockback, but another jump here from Habitas over towards the safety of Samurai will get them out of harm's way. A 2 for 2, not the worst sort of trade there for HiveMind. Those sort of even trades where the PA gets involved but doesn't want to die. It's going to feel nice, give them that good bit of XP boost. 2,700 gold still in towards the BKB. Looks like they're contemplating if they do want to get the BKB. Maybe they want to go more aggressive after the Battle Fury. It's a tough situation to be in because the BKB, inevitably, you are going to want to get it this game. It's just the struggles are that it's just not an easy PA game. Even when the BKB's there, you still got to watch out for the threat of the lasso, the threat as well from the Ice Blast. Talking about the lasso, they've got the catch onto the Wyvern. Samurai has been found. No way to save themselves. They did not have the curse quite back up yet for a few seconds. So IlleGAL will take the kill and continue to propel themselves further and further ahead here as they're up 7k.
And Samurai is not too far away from having Ags done. That might be a key turning point as well for HiveMind, but it is indeed a turning point that they need. They are behind right now, and IlleGAL is taking more and more control off of this map, as that was, of course, their reasoning for smoking into the Radiant jungle earlier to make sure that that is now their territory. They placed a deep ward, countered the ward that was HiveMind's there as well, and the map is just shrinking for HiveMind. And it's trouble for the PA, but as you said, she has got a large chunk of cash in the bank. The question is what she's going to spend it on. She won't be forced to spend it on anything just yet. Looks like we have IlleGAL also not yet making any big moves, with the lasso being on cooldown for the moment. But of course that does not have the longest of cooldowns, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them beelining for the PA once they realize she's on top lane.
We'll see. Bottom, Jamie. Right, let's just run down Tides of Iron here. BKB, no messing around. BKB and a TP out, knows the timing. The lasso won't be up quite yet, and they're absolutely right. Smart BKB and an escape hit. Keep them away from the kill potential of the bat and the AA. With the strength that Jamie's managed to reach on the bat, they will, without a doubt, have enough damage between the two of these heroes here to kill any member of HiveMind's lineup, even the tankier ones like the Night Stalker.
The decision has been made. I will be BKB on Habitas. 2 parts already purchased. Also a thing that's in my mind that we haven't seen attempted just yet. I don't know how you feel like IlleGAL stands for it. The Roshan. How good is their lineup to take down Roshan eventually, or do you feel like they have to wait for a good fight to be won first?
It's not the easiest. They don't have amazing Roshan potential. I mean, they could do it safe, but it's just going to take a long time. So, definitely not sort of top of the priorities for them. They are going to need quite a big team fight win to have the time and chance to go for it. And that's even with the lead that they do currently hold. I mean, their lineup, without a shadow of a doubt, is just more about killing their heroes here. You have this mid Bat Rider, and we've seen so far this game, Jamie doing an excellent job of just sort of instilling fear here into the HiveMind lineup, so nowhere really feels safe. And lane, Jamie, go for the setup here. So off the side, they've got the chain stun and they have the damage. The curse comes in from Samurai, but not soon enough to save Tides of Iron. See if they've got enough damage to take down the bat. Jamie turns with the flame break, but Wolfall Jesse with a huge ultimate here, bringing them all so low. Steph Jelly turns with the Burrow Strike. The Cold Embrace in just in time to try and save Habitat. But the Sandstorm damage will kill off the PA. Steph's able to get out of the side with the Blink Escape, as Steph will survive. It's 3 dead on IlleGAL. HiveMind, they took that opportunity to try and get a fight going. Again, a painful one here for Habitat getting involved. It doesn't pay out. We'll see Grace Jam as well. Look for the cleanup. Samurai's up on the cliff. Not able to TP out in time, as Grace Jam will have the right clicks to take them down. It's a rough one here for HiveMind. Now 10k up IlleGAL. 24 to 13. It's just, these fights are not easy each time. Just seeing the struggles here at the PA. And sure, Habitas with the BKB done. But that does not mean it's going to be ever really easy to fight into this lineup that has the lead that they do. Tides of Iron having to put the BKB here to get themselves out of the reach of Grace Jam and Steph.
Yeah, it all started, of course, with Tides of Iron being jumped upon. I can't believe Steph actually lived. She lived on the sliver of HP, and all that because there was a sentry on the Dire side already put down in the lane. If there was any detection coming from the Radiant side, it was killed off, but I don't think there even was any. The curse was great coming out from Samurai. Almost killed off 2, but then it killed off no one because no detection. And that is just very unfortunate for HiveMind to. I mean, it could have been a turning point for their game. We do have them trying to sneak a Roshan. They got the Blightstone as well helping out. We have quite a few of IlleGAL in the neighborhood though.
Oh, see Jamie, looking to set things up with the lasso. IlleGAL one going over towards Tides of Iron immediately, but there's the turnaround with the Fire Blast and the Void damage. There's IlleGAL one trying to run. Still pretty tanky, but they've got the chase. And IlleGAL one will fall now. Tides of Iron over towards the Batrider, but the save comes in from Steph. Jumps forward with a Burrow Strike. Thunder Chunk getting torn apart here by Grace Jam and their illusions. As once more IlleGAL able to overrun the team fights, and we're really starting to see the power that's built up on Grace Jam's PL at this stage of the game. Level 20, heart round the corner after the Diffusal and Manta. This PL fully online in a game where just overall Happy Task on the PA just has not really had the timing or the opportunity to shine. It was always going to be a tough one if they didn't keep the PA's farm safe early on, and a few unfortunate fights that HiveMind did decide to take with their carry involved has suddenly just made it harder and harder for Happy Task to ever really get back on pace in comparison to Grace Jam's game.
Yeah, she's had a great game, and she just turned up, and I think this is the perfect time as well for her to take over that core role. We saw earlier IlleGAL one doing really well, of course, top of the net worth for the first half of the game, it felt like, and he was crushing it. But the problem with Dawnbreaker is, I don't know, it doesn't transition that well into this stage of the game, but that's fine because he created enough space for Grace, and now she's able to take over and being that threatening force in the game. And I'm very worried for HiveMind. I know we already kind of were worried for HiveMind from the draft onward, but it's just cementing it. They can't really find an opening in IlleGAL's play. They have to hope that IlleGAL messes up and then get a pick off and then continue doing that now that they have that BKB, but it's just not happening yet. And everybody is so sturdy as well. Who are you gonna find? The Ancient Apparition is kind of the only one that you can easily kill off. The rest will take long enough for someone else to be there. Of course, namely IlleGAL one on the Dawnbreaker. Smoke gang coming out.
This could be a pretty painful hit for HiveMind to take again. If IlleGAL can find the catch. Mid lane, Tides of Iron. You'll be able to back off it. Smartly, just heading back, sensing that something is being planned here by IlleGAL. Samurai's trying to watch from the high ground. We'll start to poke in onto Jamie. Both of them
taking a lot of damage though.
He's got the BKB, still able to get in with the grab. Jamie closes in. Samurai just staying a little too close for their own comfort. So with that ether lens, Jamie having the reach to grab him with the lasso.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. I kind of feel like Samurai was kind of baited in by Jamie. He's like, oh, look at me, I'm taking so much damage, almost dying. And then nope, BKB coming in, Solar Guardian coming in with the heals, and yeah, down goes Samurai, and that's the majority of their team fight. So they don't have to worry that much anymore as they push down this tier 2 tower, and they can just continue applying this pressure without much worry for anything else.
Happy Task. Desolator's nearly done. With the Deso, there is the chance that they get him with the BKB, focus down a target, they'll have enough damage, but still it's going to take a lot of time to kill off some of the cores. The control, it's really down to the supporting lineup here of HiveMind to just find the opportunities where they can set up for the PA to tackle some of these heroes. And Grace Jam, at this stage of the game, 3k HP, 26 armor. nearly having the MKB done as well. It's just not a nice matchup to play into as the PA. Your 5k net worth down in comparison between the carries. It's just such a hard game for the PA. Grace Jam, if they play this smart, I mean, as they have been so far, this should be, it's sort of on paper, a pretty simple game for the PL to wrap up. There's going to have to be some sort of large error here from IlleGAL for Grace Jam's PL to fall behind. They are so far ahead right now. They are in prime position.
They really are, and that also means that the items of HiveMind, and more specifically Happytas, he has to go all in constantly. There cannot be any saving for buyback. He does not have that luxury, it feels. So if he were to die, which he has to be so careful about his positioning.
They got the burr strike into the lasso. It's too quick. There's not a chance for the BKB to come off here from Happytas. As Happytas has gone Jess will throw themselves in to try and push back IlleGAL. It's not going to work here. IlleGAL take down the two of them. It's just been a rough game for Happytas on the PA. I think from the draft as well, you could sort of sense it. They did have the opportunity to pick into the PL what they wanted. They went with the PA, but it was always going to be one of the sort of picks and strats that, you know, in the first 20 minutes, if it wasn't going great, it wasn't going to get any better. You need to have the PA, you know, being on par at the minimum with the opening farm of the PL. But the case is this game, you know, Happytas after the Valkyrie pickup just wasn't able to find the space and time to catch up to the farm, was turning up to these fights, and Grace Jam was more than happy to see Happytas turn up each and every time, as the timings here for Grace Jam on the PL with this standard item build just fall much more favourably in the matchup, and Grace Jam has really pushed that to its limits here, playing perfectly, and now at this stage can easily head into the pit with the Army of Illusions, take down Roshan with, by the looks of it, what won't be any sort of interruption here from HiveMind, so they're being very careful how they leave the base. And this push that they'll be ready to come in with after the Aegis has been picked up on IlleGAL could be a game-ending one here. HiveMind, they've got to do something pretty phenomenal now. Down 22k, 36 minutes in, IlleGAL with all the ingredients to look to close this game one up.
So something phenomenal is needed, you say. Something phenomenal, I guess, would be Samurai's Curse at the perfect location with the perfect people there doing so much damage, and then crits on top of that from Happytas after the fact. Although it's gonna be so rough. It's going to be so rough. But the key factor definitely is Samurai here. Unfortunately, Tides of Iron got caught out. It's what you get with a Batrider like this. There goes Happytas again as well, not able to do anything.
Yeah, Grace Jam just tears them apart. This PL is out of control as Grace Jam ready to dive into the base here. They'll use the curse to try and hold them back, but it's only on an illusion, so Grace Jam can continue to chase. 3 dead on HiveMind, Thunderchunk and Samurai making their way back towards the fountain, as there is no safe area really outside of the fountain at this stage. IlleGAL massively ahead. They'll take the top set of racks. The other 2 lanes open as well, ready for business. As HiveMind, 40 seconds without Happytas, even when they're up, just not having the means whatsoever to deal with this PL. It's Grace Jam onto the second set of racks, still with the backup of the Aegis for a good few minutes as well. They've got to try and take down this PL twice, and in the whole game they've only been able to take down Grace Jam the once.
I'm not sure if they can do it again, to be honest. It's looking rough, but it does look like they're gonna have at least one more fight in them. That curse from Samurai will still be on cooldown for a little bit longer, but here they go. They're gonna try to go into the backlines first.
Tides of Iron coming in with the BKB, but the Ghost Scepter's up. Chef strays away. Ice Blast is going to come crashing back in. We'll pass over the 3 of them. Getting the multi-cast off onto Grace Jam. Now Grace Jam is going to have to back up the Solar Guardian, getting healed up pretty much all the way to full HP. As Grace Jam, Spirit Lance in onto Tides of Iron. That's the Night Stalker down and out for a full minute. Happytas was trying to find Chef Stray, but Chef Stray able to just play safely, hiding it out with the Ghost Scepter. As the mid lane racks have been taken. A second set here by IlleGAL. They're swinging around for the final set. Happy Task sort of caught outside of the base here. Not really an easy way to get back to the rest of their teammates here with Grace Jam between the two of them. Happy Task will look for the jump in. Only a nice crit, but it's going to need a hell of a lot of them to take down this PL. Cold Embrace comes out, keeping Happy Task alive. Grace Jam is having to run. They'll try and chase. Another crit comes in, but with a doppel, Grace Jam out to the side. They're going to be away. They can't even take down Grace Jam the once. As the PL will keep the Aegis intact. Jamie now starting to charge back in over towards the whole four of them. Jamie just running into the entire team. Gets the catch with the lasso onto the Wyvern. Grabs back Samurai. As Grace Jam now godlike with the streak. This bottom lane, it will be done for. There'll be a buyback from Samurai. Does have the Winter's Curse available. I don't know what some sort of setup they can find here.
I mean, he finds a real one this time. That's good.
And with the silence.
Still an Aegis.
You have the control. They need to take him down a second time, though. BKB popped here by Happy Task. So with the silence going, but now the fear comes to an end, and Grace Jam's ready to turn. The BKB's worn off from Happy Task. Jump over to the side. They look to keep him alive with the Cold Embrace, but Steph Jelly jumps in with the bow strike. That's Happy Task down. Jester fall as well. Thunder Chunk cannot escape Grace Jam. There's a couple of buybacks will come out, but there's no buyback available on Happy Task. Bottom racks will be taken as they will concede. Yeah. They tap out of this game one. HiveMind. GG is called IlleGAL to take the first game of the grand finals, and very well played as well. An excellent PL pick at HiveMind. They had the chance to try and deal within those the last picks of the draft. They go for the PA route. It just does not pay off. Far too of an aggressive lineup from IlleGAL, leaving very little space and time for Happy Task to ever get a game going on the PA.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you want more content like this, don't forget to visit our website britishesports.org. Follow all our social channels in the description below, and we'll see you next time.